Good day, everyone, and welcome to Different Stages Radio. I'm your host, JJ, broadcasting in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And my guest today, you know him as the vocalist for the legendary Canadian hard rockers Helix, who are about to release Helix 50, the best of, this July in honor of the band's 50th anniversary. Please welcome my guest, Brian Vollmer. How are
Hi,
you?
how you doing?
I'm doing, as you can hear, I'm fighting through a throat thing, but we're going to do this. We're going to fight through because that's what we do.
Okay, I'll analyze your throat problems at the end of the interview.
Very good. But how are things going on in your land? You got lots going on?
Lots going on always. Just got back from Florida. That's where I live in the winter. And we got a new song out called Stand Up that I wrote with Gord Pryor, Stet Howland from, Stet used to be in Wasp and Lita Ford. He was also in Blackfoot. And Johnny Hyatt played guitar on it. Johnny plays for the Plasmatics. And TJ Lamb, who is also the keyboard player for Lita Ford.
Nice. And was Harry Hess a part of that production mastering process?
Yes, he was. Harry mastered it, and Harry's been a longtime friend of mine. He's a sweet guy. He's done so many favors for me over the years, and I owe a lot to Harry.
Yeah, I just had Harry on the show a couple weeks ago. Great, great guy. Those
Hmm.
who know Harry Hess from Harem Scarum, phenomenal songwriter, vocalist in his own right. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, so you got the 50th anniversary compilation coming out, and you also did I guess reimagined, re-recording version of Rock You with a fairly all-star lineup with
yep.
a video that is just about to drop, featuring Todd Kerns, featuring Phil X, featuring uh, Brent from Slash's band as well, Brent Fitz, and then also your longtime,
And Alice Cooper.
pardon me,
Well, Brent plays for Alice Cooper sometimes.
correct? And then also your longtime bass bandmate as well.
Daryl Gray.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you something. The day we did that song, Daryl was in there, and Daryl's my music guy when we play live. And Daryl was just bringing people through the studio like a conveyor belt. And I'm really, really happy that he was there that day. Daryl is responsible for a large part of this.
So he's a big instrumental part of the whole idea, or
Well, he was a part of the recording of the song, and he's also integral in the live show when we go out and play across Canada or wherever, the world, really.
but was it the two of you who had this idea of re-recording the song, or where did that idea come from?
I think originally the idea started probably with Greg Campbell and Jay Panasico, and then it morphed from there.
And just spawned into this thing. Now it looks like you're having a lot of fun in the video. It's
Excuse
quite
me?
looks like you're having a lot of fun in the video. It's quite entertaining. It just seems that it's just a bunch of friends hanging out having a good time.
We always have fun in the band, but just being there with Brent and Todd and Phil, um, they were kind of honored to be with me, but I was honored to be with them. They're all three Canadian boys that have done so good in the music industry, and they play for some great acts, from Bon Jovi to Slash, Alice Cooper. So we were playing with some great guys, and both Daryl and I realized that fact, and that made us happy.
Well, feels like a bit of a full circle moment because I'm sure they grew up on Helix as well. So
Well,
no,
that's what they said, yes,
yeah,
and I guess for them it was. I
pardon me,
haven't completed my circle yet.
yet. But does it feel like 50 years?
Not really. I feel pretty young. I feel pretty good.
Yeah,
I've already walked 5 miles this morning.
good for you.
My dog, and I walk when I'm down Florida probably 10 to 20,000 steps a day. Plus, I do still do ab exercise and things like that. I'm 70 years old, but we used to exercise through the 80s. Me and Fritz especially would go running, lifting weights, workout, and that was considered part of the show to look good when you were up there and be able to move around. And so we've tried to maintain that over the years. And now that I've got to be almost 70 years old, I've seen a lot of people around me passing away. Fritz probably would have lasted a lot longer, but as you know, he had the accident where he fell off the ladder. and then he got cancer. And I think the cancer found its way in when he was weakened from the fall off the ladder. Otherwise, he probably would have lasted till he was 90 years old because that guy did nothing but work out and eat vitamins.
So how have those last couple of years been for you without him around?
I miss the guy every day. People don't realize, but we slept together, we ate together, we traveled together, and sometimes we had sex beside each other. So, we're closer than most brothers, and both him and Paul, but I think Fritz especially for me. Um, the funny thing is, we were opposites in a lot of ways, but I love the guy, and he was the funniest damn person when he wanted to be. After he fell off the ladder, not so much, but he could bring the darkest situation up. I remember one time, I forget what we were discussing, but everybody was deathly serious. And then at the end of it, Fritz said something and everybody broke out laughing. But that's the type of effect he had on people.
Just comfortable and could always pick everybody up.
Could always pick everybody up.
So you're probably sometimes when you're performing live, you're probably sometimes turning, looking, and he's not there, and it's just a reaction sometimes, maybe.
Well, I don't really have that feeling, but
Okay.
the drummer we have now, Jamie Constant, Jamie was handpicked by Fritz basically to
Okay.
replace him. Jamie actually got in the music business because he was going to hockey practice one night, and guess what? Helix was playing at his local high school, so he went to see Helix instead, skipped hockey practice, and he saw this drummer, and it just changed his mind of what he wanted to be in life, and that was Fritz. So ironically, years later, Jamie was on or in the same management company as us, same management stable under Bill Sipe, and we knew each other very well. And Fritz gave his blessing to Jamie coming in and replacing him.
That's brilliant. Now back to the best of compilation, Helix 50. It will
Mhm.
be released in July. Now, are some of these songs actually remixed or just remastered? Is it a bit of both, or
A little bit of both, yeah.
so any of the remixes, I guess everything's from the original tapes, or how is that done?
Some of them were done for the original tapes. Some of the songs we couldn't retrieve, and we don't have the original tapes anymore. They're gone. Who knows where they are? But the ones that they could, they did.
Okay. And now with the CD version has bonus tracks, including a track with Kim Mitchell, a track with Lee Aaron. Now,
Yeah.
were those done specifically for this compilation, or were these things that you've been sitting on for a while?
Those two songs were from A Business Doing Pleasure, which was done about
Yeah.
1993,
Yeah.
and that's where they picked them from.
So nice to have those as a full package then.
Well, all my songs are my little babies, so
Yes. Yes.
they're all equal in my mind. I have no favorites.
No favorites. So there's colored vinyl, there's marble vinyl because there's multiple configurations and bundles.
Is there? I think it's just marble.
Just marble, but there are different
The
bundles.
experts say,
But yeah, so there's a super limited edition to 300 units that comes in a special gatefold format that has the CD, the 180-gram marble vinyl, and then there's also a hand signed bundle that includes a record slip mat, a Helix 50 guitar pick, and a Helix 50 can koozie. Now, where can people get those from? I saw Rock Paper Merch. Is that the best place for people to purchase
yes,
Helix product?
yes.
And then for this coming summer, you have other. There's was it the best of unplugged concert? On,
No, not that I know of. Oh, what's that? Oh, May 22nd. I see what you're talking about.
May
Uh,
21st. Yeah, the special unplugged concert.
yeah, May 21st, we're going up to, I think it's North York, or is it Mississauga? Mississauga. I've never been to this venue before, but Daryl and I are going to be interviewed by Sean Kelly, who actually wrote a couple of Helix albums with me. Sean's going to ask some questions, and Sean's probably one of the premier guitar players in Canada, and he's going to ask us about some of the guitar licks and probably play a little bit himself.
How about that? So not only do we have the 50th anniversary of the band, we also have a couple other key anniversaries, the 40th anniversary this year of Long Way to Heaven, and then also the 35th anniversary of Back for Another Taste. Any memories that you can recall from those moments, touring, recording, writing, anything that kind of stands out?
Well, Long Way to Heaven was a number one album in Sweden, and
Yeah.
we toured right around the country on that album, even inside the Arctic Circle. Lenny Stout, who just passed away last year, came over and did a write-up for us for Italian magazine. Um, and after we came back from there, I forget who we toured. I think it was we toured with Accept and Keel across the United States. I still see Ron Keel. I still talk to some of the guys in Accept. You know, after all these years, you play with so many people and you see them in passing at concerts and festivals and things, and you just get to know people. And so when we go to play a festival, a lot of these bands are on. It's like going to a family reunion. But memories of that album, that was probably the biggest one, going over to Sweden and going inside the Arctic Circle and playing through there.
Well, I remember saving up paper route money. That was a big album for me in 1985. Saving my
What was that? I missed that.
when I had my paper route when I was 12.
Yeah, yeah.
I was saving up my money. It's like, what record am I going to get with my
Oh,
paper
yeah.
money? And it's like I'm getting a long way to heaven. That was crucial for me. And I of one of the tracks on there that always kind of jumped out was Ride the Rocket. Like that was one that really got me jacked when I was like 12. I'm like just
And Jacked and how, in which
well,
way
there you
are
go.
you talking?
I'm 12. I'm 12. We got to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, you were just coming of age. We
Learning
used to
the
have a
ropes.
cannon on stage
Yeah,
for that song. And I used to straddle the
yeah.
cannon. And when it came to the part of the song where I went, ride the rocket, and it blow confetti out of the cannon out into the audience. Well, we started off the tour blowing confetti, but then women started throwing up their panties and bras, and so we started stuffing them down the cannon, and we'd shoot them right up to the arena roof, and there might be bras hanging there to this day.
That is brilliant. Now, to backtrack, you mentioned earlier about Harry Hess, how he's just a quality dude. And I look
Yeah,
at the relationships you've had with your other Canadian hard rock peers over the years, from Killer Dwarfs to Kick Axe to Brighton
yeah.
Rock, Lee Aaron. Like that's maintained those friendships and relationships for years. Like, what is it about the four or five groups of you that are just so tight?
Well, first off, we're all in it for the same reason. That's to go out there and play music, and we all can identify with each other's struggles. But we've known those people probably longer than we've known members of our own family. Like I've known Karen for many, many years. I first played with Lee Aaron at Kingswood, I believe in 1984, maybe. But the Killer Dwarfs, we've known for the same length of time, and Russ and uh, the rest of the guys, Daryl, same thing. Friends, we've drank together, we've partied together, we've been on the road together, played gigs together. Kick Axe, same thing. Harlequin, Headpins. Who else? Who am I forgetting? Jerry Doucette, who passed away a couple years ago.
But it's a pretty wide range of bands, but there definitely seems to be that core on the like more on the hard rock side of things.
Well, yeah, because we were playing with those bands. We weren't playing with Parachute Club,
No,
although they did win a Juno and beat us.
bastards, bastards.
Best live band.
So what else is going on this summer for 2025? You got other dates planned? You going to be doing some of the Cross Canada Summer Festival things as part of the?
Some of them. On June the 14th, we're going to be at the Moncton Casino with Honeymoon Suite and Harlequin. That's going to be a great show. Then a couple of weeks later, I'm doing two of my own shows. One here at Cowboys in London, Ontario, and I hired Enough's Enough from Chicago to come up and open for us in that show. And then same lineup the next night in Kitchener. We also have a local band called How's That? And they're a great band out of the London area. And they've actually sold something like 60 or 70 tickets for me for this show. So that's really good. And then in July, we're with Tom Cochrane, Prism, and Northern Pikes in Tabor at Cornstalk. And then we're in Regina in August at Shake the Lake. And I think that's with Finger 11, is it not? Yeah, so, and we're always adding dates to it. I always use the expression, the early bird catches the worm and the second mouse gets the cheese. A lot of times when they're booking the shows, they'll take the top bands first, like April Wine or whatever, Honeymoon Suite, the agents, because they can make the most money off those bands. But a lot of times, like last year, for instance, we ended up getting a gig in Rainy River that Warrant was supposed to do, and they couldn't make it. So that was a great pickup gig. And then we did some northern uh, uh, gigs at native reservations, and I love those dates. Going up there and seeing parts of Canada that I've never seen before, and the people are always sweet. They're almost childlike. They treat us so good, and I love our native peoples across this great land, and it's always nice to play for them. So we always get pickup gigs, and we always do quite well when in the end analysis.
That's no, hearing you speak about the um the indigenous people, um,
Hmm.
they do get so excited because they don't have the opportunity if you're going to very remote areas. It's like this is the event. So they're gonna
Yeah,
come and they're just gonna support. And it's
they're so polite.
oh yeah, I'm
They
sure.
sit there like I remember where was it? I forget the gig we did, but they all come in lawn chairs and they sit their lawn chairs down and they got their little cooler beside them there, right? And at the end of every song, it's like in the it's funny, but we hung around, we signed autographs and stuff after the show, and like you said, they don't get that up there, so they're very appreciative.
They got your back and they'll do anything for you. Uh,
Yeah, and last year we played Chisisibi, or no, so not Chisisibi, Attawapiskat, up on James Bay. And I remember flying in, and there's like literally 1,000 lakes. You can see them as you turn sideways with the plane, the light catches them. And yet none of these communities have drinking water. And you go, what the hell's the matter with this?
yeah,
What's the matter with this picture?
yeah,
I think the biggest thing we could do for our indigenous people is to put some roads up there and give them private property.
not a bad idea.
You
Not a,
know what I mean? Like that way they can exploit. Like if you could go up to say way up north and drive there and explore northern Canada, I think a lot of people would take it up. They would go up there and spend, cabin or a hotel, whatever. But there's no opportunity to do that now.
a shame. It's a shame. Maybe you need to be the one that kind of spears that.
Well, I'm always supportive of our indigenous people, and that's the idea that I'd push, making roads up there. They're too isolated.
But maybe some of them just don't want them. They kind of, I think perhaps some just appreciate the isolation,
Maybe.
just to be kind of not a part of, people kind of more invasions being left to their
But a road doesn't take away your choice to live alone.
true, true. No, good analysis. Very good analysis.
Oh, if I lived up there, like they're always trying to buy stuff, for instance, that we have back in our communities. In Chisisibi, when we played there in Quebec, they'll make a 500-mile trek from there into Montreal, pick up all their stuff for the year and drive back, right? And I think that they probably have it better if those roads were in half decent shape rather than little county roads that got potholes through them.
And then that way you can drive up and bring up boxes and boxes of Helix 50, the best of, and bring it up to them in person and drop
That's
it off and do some autographs and all of that. Maybe that's
Yeah,
the way you have to kind of present the possibility and getting that happening.
that's right.
Well, I appreciate your time today, Brian. I apologize for my lack of throat.
Hey, I've been there, done it,
Horrible.
got the t-shirt.
Pardon me?
I said, been there, done it, got the t-shirt.
But I appreciate you fighting the fight with me today. And I thank my guest, Brian Vollmer from Helix. And please look forward to Helix 50, the best of, that will be arriving this July. CD, vinyl CDs with bonus tracks. Check out Rock Paper Merch for links where you can purchase that, as well as the special packages with signed product and guitar picks and koozies and so forth. This is Different Stages Radio.